Well, Coach, you guys have played two really good games, I think, defensively in a row, but I guess no win at the end of the day. How do you kind of balance, I guess, no win, but also playing really good as far as in your film review, that type of stuff?
You know, at the end of the day, there's like only one thing that matters, right? And that's winning the ball game. It doesn't matter. Play well here, play well there. At the end of the day, you got to find a way to win. And if you're not doing that, you got to keep going back and studying and improving and working your tail off to get that done. And it's got to have urgency and purpose, intent. It's got to increase every single day to get better. And where can we find ways to win the ball game? And last two ball games, there's been places we can get better, and we can find ways to help our team win. You know, so that's the final stat that matters, and we got to keep trucking along and get it done this Thursday against USF. And you know, in a short week, you're excited because you get right back at it. You don't have time to lick your wounds, feel sorry for yourself, and pout about last Saturday night. I mean, you got to get turned around, you got to get going, and you got to get all focused on South Florida. So that's been you know, pretty good for, you know, me. Maybe more so than our kids, but especially me. And I'm excited playing Dowdy Fickle on a Thursday night. You know, I've never done that. Our guys have done it. They're excited about it. They're excited to feel that energy, feel that juice in there, feel our boneyard, and see those guys, you know, see our fans in there and just celebrate those fans and go take it to USF. And that's what we're going to try to do and keep playing, you know, to that level and even better, and see if we can step it up even another notch. So that's our goal, and that's where we're at right now.
You guys played a really solid game defensively. The main thing that went wrong was just the one play in the overtime. Take us through that a little bit, and what were you fooled a little bit on that, or was it just a misfit? Or
no, I mean, there's also 24 other points in there, but yeah, the one play in overtime we brought boundary pressure, and it's been a really good boundary pressure for us, and I'd call it 100% of the time again. We just overstepped a gap there inside, and you know, a guy that's maybe played the best game of his season, and probably, you know, if we win that ball game, he's probably player of the week. You know, he really is. He's probably defensive player of the week in the conference, and just oversteps a little bit, loses a little integrity. They're big, gigantic old linemen, swallowed him up a little bit, and gets out on us. Then we do a poor job tackling on about the 9-yard line there, and you know, you'd love to have that one back. You know, that's what we tell our guys, like, hey, you want to be better? Look at this. Is this the play you want to go down with? Could you give extra effort here? Could we play this better? And those are the things we're talking about improving. But, you know, you can't, you know, unfortunately, the last 2 weeks, this came down to one play here or there. But it's really a series of plays. I think we talked about that at UCF. Just, hey, throughout the ball game, what can we do to get better and make plays here and there, so it's not a one play come fourth quarter time. So.
When you look at South Florida, I mean, they had a heck of a rushing day against Temple, and it seems like ever since they put that quarterback in, the young guy, they've kind of stepped up as a team. What do you see from him?
I see they're very, very talented in the backfield. I mean, they may not have just one all-star guy back there, but they got a whole crew, a whole stable of just really good players. Zero Mangum from the transfer from Colorado was a big-time tailback, 220-something pounds, and then they got a couple other guys, 21 and 3 that can carry the rock and get downhill on you too. And you know, the quarterback adds a whole other dimension to it. So now not only you have to worry about tailbacks, and they may have a tailback play going here and then a quarterback counter play going here. So you got, you know, two different plays. You got to make sure you're responsible for both. It makes very eye discipline, and what you're doing makes you fundamentally just, hey, you know, we can't play in sync and play for the pass game. We got to make sure we're up there in the box and ready to play for the run game and stack it a little bit. So that's kind of where we're at. I mean, they've done a really nice job with that quarterback. He's a freshman, but you wouldn't know that. I mean, he's got a strong. Our kids were asking us today, how's he throw it? Because we've been watching so much run game. And I said, well, let's watch a clip, and they were pretty impressed. You know, the linebackers were. And I said, he can sling it. He's got a strong arm. He gets rid of it quick. But you know, everybody thinks he's a runner. Does a really good job with his feet. He does, but he can still throw it too. So you got our work cut out for us. I think the O-line. Maybe the most impressive part of their team compared to a year ago. They're doing a really nice job up front, just in the run game, pass game, picking up pressures. And so that we got our work cut out. And I told our guys, like, as a group, they're not as big as what we played the last several games, but as a group, they're probably more fundamental, more sound in the run game than what we've seen.
This unit of yours, light bulb seemed to click on last Saturday. I know they're getting better and better every week, it seems like, but they really could see you dial it up. with a lot of tackles for losses and a lot of sacks and a lot of blitzing, and it just looked different.
Yeah, the opportunity just created itself a few times, and the guys did a really nice job. I think, you're talking about 13 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, 80-something rushing yards, maybe about 170 passing, maybe about 250, which is all really good. And our guys are freaking playing their tails off. But we got to keep doing it so we get that one stat that matters, the W. But just really, really proud of those guys attacking downhill, the way they're tackling. Like they had that last play back that we talked about, but just really proud of the way they're playing the game right now, playing with some confidence, and we got to continue to carry that moving forward, and improve on it. So that's what we want to try to do and get done against South Florida.
On that third down stop right before they kicked, what was their third field goal attempt, their second miss, it looked like they had a quick audible or a check with me, and then you guys countered it immediately. Could you walk us through that?
Yeah, so they did that a couple times throughout the game. Their tendency, I think, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4 plus, they're about 100% pass is what they've been over the last 4 or 5 ball games, and just that's who they were and who they had been. And then early in the game, you seemed like, hey, we got some of those exotic looks. I think maybe one of the first third downs we had them backed up in the second quarter, and we showed a little 2-man, and they come out and run the football, and we get on the ground, get it stopped. But that's where you knew, hey, they're going to vary from their game plan a little bit, and you can see them checking when at a certain look. So we tried to check in certain looks, just getting a little better run call, because we had some pass rush stunts on, pass rush pressures, and just want to get in a little bit of a run sound call. And at the end of the day, it's 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8. The goal of third down is really just to get them stopped before they get across, and get them in a 4th down situation where they had to punt and get rid of it. And when the guys did a pretty good job of that the other night. So that was kind of, hey, they check, look, we talked about it on the sideline, make sure we get a quick check in, and for the most part we was able to do that. So that's credit to our guys, just being an older defense, second year of a defense, and just some experienced guys out there running the show. So it's nice to see.
It's been a while since an ECU defense has maybe had more players than can be on the field at one time, like a Teagan Wilt trying to maybe find a way on the field, or Ram Sewer, some of these other guys. Like, what are those conversations like, trying to get them on the field, but also they got good players in front of them too?
Yeah, and you know what? Each individual on our defense brings something to our unit, brings something to our team, and we've been saying this ever since I got here. It's going to take all of us. It takes all of us to get this job done, and it's really, if you think about it, it's not just our defensive room. It's our team, it's our program, it's our fans, it's everybody that's in Dowdy-Ficklin on Thursday night to get that W. It's going to take everybody. And each individual is bought into that within our defensive. And whether it's Teagan Wilt, Aaron Remser, Gerard Stringer, they all know that, hey, when I'm on the field, I'm going to give it all I got for ECU. I'm going to turn it loose. Because if I give all I got, and then the next guy comes in, he's got, bang, we can always be fresh. And it's really paid off down the stretch. I mean, Teagan Wilt, we're really in a 4-minute situation down by 7 there in the 4th quarter, and he's a run stopping. That's what he does, and punch the ball out and shows up and does it again. Surad Ware and Elijah Morris hustling their tails over there and to recover it, and that's just a credit to those guys and them believing and playing their tails off to try to get that win. So just really proud of them, and what they mean is it's not me. It's all about our team and our program and what we're trying to do as a unit.